Hello, my name is Matthew Usher. I'm going to be doing a presentation on respiration, and we're going to be going through the three different stages of cellular respiration, and those stages are glycolysis, then the Krebs cycle, and then finally the electron transport chain. First off, in glycolysis literally means splitting sugars. It's anaerobic and it happens in the cytosol. Energy investment is the first stage. This is where glucose is primed with 2 ATP. It cleaves off two molecules of G3P, splitting the 6-carbon glucose into two 3-carbon molecules, which is the G3P. Then, second off in the energy payoff stage, this G3P undergoes oxidation, and the 2 ATP substrate phosphorylation, and eventually the byproducts will be 2 ATP, 2 NADHs, and 2 pyruvate molecules. Although 4 ATP are made, don't forget that 2 were used to prime. Next up, we're going to go into the citric acid cycle, or the Krebs cycle, and the starting molecule will be acetyl, which will be combined with oxaloacetate, but acetyl-CoA comes from the oxidation of the pyruvate molecule in the mitochondria. And then, so these starting molecules will then form a 6 carbon molecule, which will then one carbon will be cleaved, and then another carbon will be cleaved off. Carbon dioxide will be a byproduct. Then we'll have a 4-carbon molecule, which is of higher energy than oxaloacetate, which is the starting point. So then the reaction will undergo a bunch of different reactions, taking off high energy electrons and substrate phosphorylate at the ADP to form an ATP, and then eventually we'll get back oxaloacetate. And now the final products, as you can see right here, will be two carbon dioxides, 1 ATP, 1 FADH, and 3 NADHs, right? And as we can see, it goes right here around the cycle, 6 carbon, 5 carbon, and then here we'll get our ATP and our um, high energy electron. Um, yeah. So now we're going to go to the electron transport system, which is basically where most of the ATP will be generated throughout the entirety of respiration. First off here, we will have, this is where all the high energy molecules will be sent, and their electrons will be gathered and used to create ATP through ATP synthase complex, right? And so first off, a chemiosmotic gradient is formed right here, and this chemiosmotic gradient is kind of what allows the molecules to move along. And then the high energy electrons are stripped of the high energy molecules of their electrons. These electrons go up, and then they are pulled through the the um the ATP synthase complex, and then ATP is formed. Water is formed as a byproduct, and in total, this yields about 30 ATP, um, 12 water are formed. Anyway, that will be it. Thank you for your time. I hope you learned something